Will the new MacBook Air with an M3 chipset be released before the end of 2023, or will we have to wait until 2024? I want to give you all the information on this, including the cost and release date for the MacBook Air M3. After clearing things up, I want to talk about what the new MacBook Air M3 will do for us. I'll give you all the specs and the most recent information on the MacBook Air 2023 release date and pricing. But let's start with the MacBook Air at hand. So within the past 2 years, the 13-inch MacBook Air has undergone a complete redesign, and just this year at WWDC 2023, the larger sibling MacBook Air with a 15-inch display was unveiled. Both of these MacBooks have undergone significant upgrades, including the addition of the M2 chipset, which has between 20 and 30% more power than the M1 chipset now in use. The only MacBooks with no internal fan to provide a completely silent experience are both MacBook Air models. But even more significant upgrades are anticipated for the 13-inch MacBook Air later this year in 2023. Given that the 15-inch MacBook Air is still so new, I would say that it doesn't appear that any of the improvements you'll see in this video will be made to it. This just applies to the 13-inch model then. The M3 chipset is reportedly due in the fall of 2023, and the MacBook Air will be one of the first devices to use it, according to recent rumors such as those from Ming Kuo. Additionally, other rumors claim that the M3 has a 3nm die, while Apple has reserved most of the slots from TSMC, the company that makes Apple's chipsets. In any case, the publication date is set for the autumn or fall of 2023. When the M2 MacBook Air is released, the M2 MacBook Air will have been around for about 18 months. About 18 months have passed since the M1 MacBook Air's release. As I previously stated, it appears likely that Apple will repeat its previous strategy and launch the M3 journey at the conclusion of 2023. According to Ming Kuo, Apple aims to include the M3 chipset in new products before the year's over. The release of chipsets for the MacBook Air, the smaller MacBook Pro, and perhaps the iMac makes sense for Apple to accomplish around October or November of 2023. The M3 chips are on the way and will arrive around October 2023, according to yet another claim that just recently came in from Mark Gurman, which you can see here. This concludes the overview of the new MacBook Air M3. But now I want to talk about my wishes for the MacBook Air, which has to do with thermals. As a result, even though Apple designed the MacBook Air without an internal fan, and we experienced this with the M1 and the M2, everything tells me that the M3's CPU will become much hotter than those two earlier chipsets. In light of this, I would genuinely want to see the fan within the MacBook Air make a comeback and only turn it on when absolutely necessary. So, for example, if you're exporting a 30-minute 4K film, the fan would start running 3 or 4 minutes into the export to help with any throttling concerns. But they are just my opinions. Do you share them? Do you believe the MacBook Air should continue to lack a fan? Please let me know what you think about the M3 MacBook Air as well. Therefore, make sure to click the like button if you enjoyed viewing it. At the same time, please be sure to click the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell if you want to hear the most recent Apple news, reviews, and comparisons. I'll meet you guys shortly until then.